Thank you everyone for being here today. Let us now welcome to the stage the first of our City Council members, Lakewood Vice Mayor Jeff Wood.
Well, good afternoon. It's my pleasure to announce today's MC, Ginger Chan. Born and raised in Los Angeles, Ginger reflects the energy, spirit, and sunshine that defines this region. As a proud Trojan, she earned her degree in broadcast journalism and political science from the University of Southern California. Ginger joined the KTLA family back in 2008, taking to the skies as a traffic and news reporter aboard their helicopter Sky 5. These days, you can catch Ginger every weekday morning from 4 to 10 a.m., guiding Southern California commuters, or on the radio with On the Air with Ryan Seacrest on KISS FM. Ginger's career has taken her across the country, from California to Alabama, where she once chased tornadoes and took her first helicopter ride courtesy of the local sheriff's department. Ginger also once worked at Lakewood City TV, covering community events and producing a feature on public safety at the Lakewood Center Mall. That story highlighted the collaborative efforts between the City of Lakewood, the mall, and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Her time with Lakewood City TV highlights her early commitment to community storytelling. Please join me in giving a warm Lakewood welcome to our MC for this year's Award of Valor, Ginger Chan.
Thank you so much. As a proud Trojan, the only time of the year I really wear blue is this time of the year, right? And I think we're all representing for a good reason. We're the lucky charms. Thank you, Vice Mayor Wood, and I really am pleased to be here today. It is an honor. After a couple of years of being here, every year I look forward to this event. I believe that because Lakewood, they know that public safety is a priority here. And really it is in any community, but I've experienced it firsthand having worked here. And my first year here, I told the story how I was in the parking lot just looking over the script, and sheriff's deputy vehicle came up close, and I thought, oh gosh, they are really protecting the community here. I'm good. I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be. Together with Lakewood Public Safety Department, this partnership plays a huge role in keeping Lakewood safe. That is so important to any resident in any community. Today we honor heroism, devotion to duty, and community support for public safety. I'm pleased to play a role in that, as we know that this, again, is a partnership with the fire department, the sheriff's deputy, and community members, as well as different organizations. Before we begin, we'd like to take a moment to honor a truly extraordinary individual whose warmth, professionalism, and generosity of spirit left an indelible mark on this event. This year's Award of Valor Luncheon is dedicated to the memory of the late Ed Arnold, a beloved broadcaster, community champion, and friend to Lakewood for more than 2 decades. He was an unmistakable voice of the Award of Valor Luncheon, guiding us through the powerful and emotional stories behind each award recipient. With his signature blend of commanding presence, empathy, and good humor, Ed brought those moments to life, helping us not only understand the courage behind each act of valor, but feel it. I'm honored to step into his shoes, as we both worked at the same place, and having met and worked with Ed for a short period, it is truly an honor to be here. Though he came to Lakewood that we think and know of just one day each year, that single day was always made brighter and more meaningful because of him. Over 2 decades, his presence helped reaffirm the value of this city and the places to those who protect and serve on the everyday heroes who support them. Beyond Lakewood, Ed's legacy reached across Southern California. He was a celebrated sportscaster at KTLA and other station, KABC, some might know that one. He was trusted voice for our living rooms and a respected figure in the world of broadcasting, and he is dearly missed. Just as importantly, Ed was a man of service, a longtime supporter of the Special Olympics, a volunteer for countless community causes, and a proud Marine Corps veteran who carried the sense of duty and service throughout his life. Today, we celebrate the courage and commitment of our Award of Valor honorees and their supporters. And we also pause to celebrate a man who embodied those same ideals of compassion and service to others. We would like to now share this clip from our 20 2018 Award of Valor luncheon when Ed was presented with the Lakewood City Council Award of Merit. And following the video, please join me in a brief moment of silence as we remember Ed for sharing his talent and his heart with the people of Lakewood.
I hate to give this up, but next year when the award presentation takes place, I'll be knocking on the door of 80 years old. And I thought, you know, it's been fun. When I started this, I was in my 50s, and I never realized I would stay involved with this particular event so long. But it's hard not to. You heard what I had to say about the people here, because I respect you and admire you so much. But we'll wrap this up. On behalf of the Lakewood City Council, I thank you very much for helping us honor these people because of their great heroism, devotion to duty, and community spirit. Our honorees have also received commendation from Lakewood's elected county, state, and federal officials, and we thank them very much for their support of this program. Once again, thank you for being with us this afternoon and for supporting our heroes in public safety every single day. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Please drive home safely, and God bless.
Thank you for taking that time. Now, to help us begin our program, an invocation will be offered by Reverend Dr. Candace Cole-Kelly, Senior Pastor at Acts Community Bible Church. And following the invocation, Lakewood City Council member Steve Croft will step forward to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Would Reverend Dr. Candace Cole-Kelly please join us on stage at this time? And then guests, will you please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Good afternoon, everyone. It is good to be here in this space with you. Join us in a word of prayer. Gracious and almighty God, God, you who are undeniably majestic in all of your ways, we are honored to acknowledge you and invite you into this space. We gather today with hearts full of honor, gratitude, and deep reverence. We thank you, Lord, for the men and women being recognized today, individuals who have demonstrated courage, compassion, and unwavering dedication to the needs of residents, children, safety, and well-being of others. Today, we celebrate their valor, their sacrifice, and their willingness to put the lives of others before their own. Lord, we acknowledge that true courage is not the absence of fear, but the strength to move forward in the face of it. These honorees have stood in that space, and we thank you, O God, for guiding their minds, steadying their hands, and covering their lives in moments that called for bravery beyond measure. Father, we ask now that you would continue to bless them, bless their minds with clarity, bodies with strength, and their spirits with peace. And bless their families, oh God, who also bear the weight of service. And God, we extend their prayers beyond this space and this place. We pray for your favor and wisdom over our mayor and the city council members, that they may continue to lead Lakewood with integrity, compassion, and vision. Bless our public safety officers, our firefighters, armed services, and all first responders, and may they always return home safely. Bless the businesses and leaders and partners who support this community's stability and growth, God. Let prosperity and unity continue to strengthen their work. And Lord, bless the residents of Lakewood, every family, every neighborhood, every block. Let peace abide here. Let kindness flourish here. Let justice be lived out here. And may Lakewood continue to be a place where community is cherished, where cooperation is valued, and where people recognize their responsibility to one another. God, let your grace rest on this ceremony, and let your hand remain upon these heroes and sheroes and those they serve. We ask all these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Bless our food, May it nourish us and strengthen us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Good afternoon. Please join me as we honor our nation, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Hello, everyone. I am Lorraine Anthony, Lakewood's Community Relations Manager, and welcome to the 47th Annual Award of Valor program. We are delighted to have you with us here today and welcome the many representatives from county public safety agencies, including units of the Los Angeles County Fire Department, deputies and volunteers from the Lakewood Sheriff's Station, and representatives from our schools, community organizations, local businesses, and federal, state, and county governments. If you haven't noticed, we placed a QR code on the program at your tables, as well as on the posters outside. Please use the QR code to view the full list of honorees and category descriptions for today. Before we begin, we have several members of our Lakewood City family to introduce, including Mayor Cassandra Chase, Vice Mayor Jeff Wood, Councilmember David Ariano and his wife Melina, Councilmember Steve Croft and his wife Tess, Councilmember Todd Rogers. We have many other special attendees today, so please stand and wave when I call your name, and let's hold our applause for one big one at the end for all of our guests. We are pleased to have with us Lakewood City Manager Thaddeus McCormick and former council member Vicki L. Stuckey. From Lakewood's Community Safety Commission, we have Norman Nelson and Catherine Tolentino. From the Planning and Environment Commission, we have Bill Baca and Vicki L. Stuckey. From the Recreation and Community Services Commission, Ted Spacef. And from the Measure L Citizens Oversight Committee, we have Dr. Ahmed Rafi and Rudy Villarreal. We are also very honored to welcome from the Office of Congressman Robert Garcia, Field Representative Julia Arce, from the Office of Congresswoman Nanette Berrigan, Field Aide Ashley Blancas, Assembly Member Jose Luis Salache Jr., and Field Representative Anastasia Wosu. From the Office of State Senator Lena Gonzalez, we have Field Representative Alina Benson. From the Office of Board Supervisor Janice Hahn, we have Field Deputy Lauren Yokomizo, and we're happy to have in attendance from the City of Paramount, Council Member Annette Delgadillo, from Bellflower Unified School District, Superintendent Aaron Simon, from the Paramount Unified School District, Board Member Diane Martinez, from the Water Replenishment District, Board Member John Allen, and we are glad to welcome from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, Commander Edmundo Torres, Lieutenant Juan Briceno, and the SAO team from the Lakewood Sheriff's Station. From the Los Angeles County Fire Department, we are pleased to welcome Deputy Chief Eleni Papas, Acting Assistant Fire Chief Coy Dow, Battalion Chief Darren Walker, and members of Lakewood Fire Station 45. Let's give our guests one big round of applause. The Award of Valor Luncheon is made possible by numerous sponsors who appreciate and support the dedication and community spirit we celebrate today. Sponsors, please stand as I announce your names. And everyone, let's hold our applause until the end for one big round of appreciation. Thank you to our sponsors, Edco Disposal Services, Farmers and Merchants Bank, H&H Nursery, Lakewood Family YMCA, Lakewood's Lions Club, Lakewood Pan Am Association, Rotary Club of Lakewood, Seroptimus International of Lakewood and Long Beach, TGIS Catering Services, Water Replenishment District Director John Allen, and West Coast Arborist. We sincerely thank all of them for their generous support of this event. Please help me in giving them a big round of applause. Before we begin with the program, we want to first share a special video that Lakewood City TV has produced covering the busy and exciting year of public safety events that we have here in Lakewood. Let's enjoy the video and learn more.
The City of Lakewood's Public Safety Department is proud to be partners with our community. The department hosts a variety of family-friendly events throughout the year with the goal of strengthening the relationship between Lakewood's residents and our public safety personnel.
Oh, look at that.
Events like Doggies and Deputies,
So we look forward to doing it again next year and bringing out some different goodies and some new interactive ways to connect with our residents.
Kids and Cops Bowling Night,
It's important for the kids to interact with them because they get to spend time with the community and with the cops, and they see so many things going on, but they still feel comfortable and they just have lots of fun with them because they see them as regular human beings as well.
Ice Cream with the Deputy,
So this event allows us in the Sheriff's Department to engage with the community. A lot of times we see people, out in the field, but don't get to really interact with them. This allows us to actually engage, talk to people, get to really know the community we're serving. So we as deputies really enjoy this event.
and other fun community gatherings.
As a police officer, if you're out there in uniform,
It's important to reach out to different type of communities because we're trying to build relationships with everybody, not just one section of the city, everybody in the city. We're trying to bring everybody together. Feedback from the community members is always positive. From council, it's always positive. So it's kind of nice getting out here and discussing things that we don't normally hear if it wasn't for these types of events.
Thank you, City TV, for capturing. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, City TV, for capturing all the wonderful community events this year. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please now join me in welcoming to the podium for her remarks our Mayor, Cassandra Chase.
Good afternoon and welcome to Lakewood's 47th Annual Award of Valor Luncheon. On behalf of the Lakewood City Council, thank you for joining us today. The Award of Valor is one of Lakewood's most honored traditions. This ceremony recognizes sheriffs and fire department personnel, as well as community members who have made extraordinary contributions to public safety. This ceremony holds deep meaning because every story shared today reflects the best of who we are: courageous, compassionate, and deeply connected to one another. Today, we celebrate everyday heroes who remind us that public safety is more than a profession. It is a shared commitment to one another. The sheriff's deputies, firefighters, city staff, and residents we honor have acted with bravery and heart, saving lives and strengthening the fabric of our community. The stories you'll hear are powerful. Moments of crisis become moments of courage. Whether it was responding to an emergency, noticing something others might have missed, or offering life-saving care when every second mattered, each story reflects the spirit of service that defines Lakewood. That same spirit is at the heart of my mayoral theme this year, Lakewood Together, a year of kindness, care, and civic action. It represents our collective promise to look out for one another, to lend a hand, and to lead with care. Earlier this year, our region was tested in profound ways. In early January of this year, wildfires broke out across Southern California, heavily affecting Los Angeles communities. Two of the fires, Eden and Palisades, affected densely populated neighborhoods, causing severe damage to over 16,000 homes and businesses. As the Eden fire tore through Altadena, homes, parks, and schools were destroyed, leaving children without classrooms and families without shelter. In response, Los Angeles County Parks launched Care Camp, a full-day emergency program designed to help children heal through play, structure, and trauma-informed care. Over 3 weeks, 5 Care Camp locations provided safe spaces, meals, mental health support, and learning opportunities for more than 2,700 children. Our city manager, Thaddeus McCormick, and Director of Public Safety, Josh Short, immediately reached out to offer aid to the communities impacted by the fires. And when Recreation and Community Service Director Valerie Frost learned about the Care Camp effort, she stepped forward with resources. I'm proud to share that Lakewood quickly mobilized 10 trained staff members to serve at Care Camp, showing once again that our city leads with action, empathy, and partnership. These values we honor today, courage, compassion, and community, guide our work here at home and beyond our borders. We're also joined today by first responders who worked on the front lines during those fires and countless other emergencies. To our law enforcement and fire personnel, thank you. Thank you for your courage under pressure, your calm in crisis, and your unwavering commitment to protect and serve. We recognize the long hours, the difficult calls, and the time away from your families. Your work is deeply valued and deeply respected. Events like the Award of Valor and Patriot Day give us a moment to express our gratitude and say clearly, you are appreciated. Lakewood stands behind you, supports you, and prays for your continued safety. To the honorees recognized today, on behalf of the City Council and the people of Lakewood, thank you. And to our city staff, volunteers, and residents being honored, you've shown that heroism can look like service, vigilance, and compassion in everyday life. Today, we celebrate all of you, the trained professionals and the caring citizens who embody the very best of Lakewood. Together, let's continue to build a city where kindness is policy, care is how we lead, and civic action is the way we live. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Chase. And I would like to bring up now and welcome Councilmember Todd Rogers, who will introduce our first keynote speaker. And as he's walking up, that was such a great video that we saw earlier, right? I was thinking about the sheriff's deputies who sometimes scary, right? I mean, come on, you're supposed to be scary, but y'all are eating cake and having ice cream and petting dogs and taking pictures. So not so scary in a good way, I guess. Come on up.
Thank you, Ginger. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, everyone. I have the honor to introduce our first keynote speaker, Los Angeles County Deputy Fire Chief Eleni Pappas. As the University of Southern California student during the 1992 Los Angeles riots, Chief Pappas was moved by the courage of firefighters on the front lines and decided to dedicate her life to public service. After college, she earned her paramedic license and began her fire service career with the Ventura County Fire Department and later with the Los Angeles City Fire Department. Eventually, Chief Pappas joined the Los Angeles County Fire Department in 2001 as a graduate in the 109th recruit class. She promoted through every rank of the Los Angeles County Fire Department, and she is currently the highest ranking woman in the history of the LA County Fire Department. But wait, there's more. And the first woman to reach the rank of Deputy Fire Chief. Congratulations. Chief Pappas has been a chief officer since 2012 and has worked in all 3 regional operations bureaus and in all 23 operations battalions. She was previously assigned to the Special Services Bureau, where she managed one of the busiest dispatch centers in North America, and the department's Fleet Services Division with over 2,000 vehicles. She has overseen the department-wide implementation of the Electronic Patient Care Reporting System and the Fire Explorers Youth Mentoring Program. In August 2021, Chief Pappas completed her master's degree in Emergency Service Administration from California State University, Long Beach. Yeah, go Beach, right? She currently leads the East Regional Operations Bureau with 34 cities, 1,100 badged personnel, 77 fire stations, 9 battalions, and 4 divisions. She is the chairperson of the Innovative Equipment Development Committee that researches and purchases firefighting tools and equipment for the department. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me now in welcoming from the Los Angeles County Fire Department, Deputy Fire Chief Eleni Pappas.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having us here. This is one of our favorite events. I lived in Lakewood for many years off of Faculty Avenue, just one of the best times of my life. And I appreciate everyone here and the beautiful community. And I'd like to thank the mayor for her wonderful, eloquent words in describing the kind of community that Lakewood is, and also in her being able to share how important it was for a city like Lakewood to be able to give back to those communities that were devastated during the Eaton and the Palisades fires. So that is so very important. There were communities that were completely wiped out, and it was cities like the city of Lakewood that gave what they could to help the others that had everything taken away from them. So we're very appreciative of that. Lakewood will always hold a special place in our hearts. Maybe some of you are familiar with the Lakewood Plan. In the 1950s, Lakewood was one of the first cities through property taxes to fund a fire district, and that is how LA County Fire came to be your fire service, and we are so grateful for that, and we're grateful for this partnership that has lasted so many, many years. So I'd like to first thank everyone here in the room, all of the officials, all of the elected officials and our appointed officials and all of the guests. I also want to thank our law enforcement partners. During the fire siege, we call it a fire siege in January. It really wasn't a firestorm. It wasn't a wildland fire. We put it in another category. We called it a fire siege because we were just under siege. You know, firefighters, we like to use a lot of cheat codes, right? So we have this little something called a pocket card. And every day when we have these extreme fire weather days, we have what's called a pocket card. And it's a little card, it has a graphic on it because firefighters like pictures. And so it shows based on the relative humidity, based on the wind, based on the weather, you're going to expect this type of extreme fire behavior today. And we use those, and so I pull out the pocket card and I go, oh, this is what the reading is today. We could have a really incredible event today. Well, I will just tell you this. In the January 7th fire siege, they did not even have data high enough to represent the burn index. And so, in other words, there was not even a pocket card in the history of the fire service that had the kind of data that was showing for all of those readings for fuel moisture, relative humidity, winds, and all of that. And it was something that we called a particularly dangerous situation, which means it's going to exceed every capability that we had, and they had predicted it, and they were right. And it was an extraordinary day. It was an extraordinary circumstances and extraordinary effort by our law enforcement, our first responders, our safety personnel, and especially our firefighters. But I just want to thank our sheriff's partners here. They keep us safe as we do our job. But that night, I will tell you, law enforcement was there with us, shoulder to shoulder. They're not trained to deal with fire. They're not dressed for it. They certainly don't have the equipment for it. And these guys were in it. They were in the flame. They were in the flame front, pulling people out, trying to get people evacuated. We deal with that all the time. And we were uncomfortable. We were past our point of comfort that night. But these guys were there with us too, these ladies and gentlemen in the Sheriff's Department. And we just want to thank them because they did go above and beyond that night, because it went above law enforcement. It went above, they just tied in with us, and we were just trying to save as many lives as possible. So I just want to say thank you to the Sheriff's Department for that. So. And then, of course, I'd like to recognize our honorees today, the men of Fire Station 45. When we have these weather events, and I told you we have our little cheat cards, right? So we knew there was going to be a problem that day. We didn't realize how big of a problem it was going to be, but we knew we were going to have our hands full. So what we do is we form these groups of fire engines together, and they're called strike teams. And a strike team is 5 fire engines. And so we put all of these, we used engine 45 from Lakewood. We put them in strike team 1103 because that's how we give them special numbers depending on battalion and location. And we said, okay, if something breaks, we're going to send you to the fire. Well, sure enough, it did. And these guys, they probably, that morning, they kissed their wives goodbye. They said goodbye to their kids, and they probably said, you know what, I'll see you tomorrow when I get home. Well, they didn't see them for 2 to 3 weeks later. So, and so everyone in the room knows when something happens, we could be gone up to 3 weeks, and we do not return home. We are 3 weeks deployed. Whether you have enough socks and underwear is not our problem. We send you out there, and we send you there for 3 weeks, and you're fighting fire for 3 weeks. And it is a tough assignment. And the men of Fire Station 45 were gone for 2 weeks at the Palisades fire. And we are grateful for their efforts, and we're also thankful to all of their spouses and their families, because I say this all the time. In the fire service, when your spouse is gone for so long, it's also the spouse that remains back at home that serves too. Because when they're fighting fire for 2-3 weeks at the Palisades or at the Eaton, it is their spouses that are home, have to maintain the house, have to get the kids to school, have to make sure that there's groceries, have to make sure that the dogs and the cats are fed, and it is a service too. And spouses, I always say spouses serve just as much as the firefighters do. It goes hand in hand, because someone has to stay home and make sure that that home is taken care of and that family's taken care of. So we want to thank everyone for their sacrifice, for the guys that spent 2 weeks at the Palisades fire without being able to go home. We want to thank their spouses that they had to stay for 2 weeks and manage the house without them for 2 weeks. And we want to thank the community of Lakewood for giving back to the communities of Eaton and Palisades. And it goes to show the Eaton fire in Altadena, it was not what you would have considered a wildland area. It really wasn't. It was a suburban area, just like Lakewood. And if that can happen there in Altadena, it can happen here. When we get one of those incredibly wind-driven, catastrophic events where we have 100-mile-an-hour winds and fire going through the air. And so I say, be prepared and thank a firefighter. And I just want to thank our guys for doing an incredible job. You stayed the course. You answered the call. You stayed the course. You did good work. You saved people. You saved homes. You saved animals. And you came home in one piece, and we're grateful for that. So I just want to say thank you very much.
Yeah, some people might have thought, oh, 2 weeks only. Go, keep going. No, for some. Let us also bring back up Mayor Chase so that we can continue with our program. I'll have you guys remain here on stage with us, okay? So this is my favorite part. I'm sure it is for many of you who've been here in the past, these stories. So when fierce winds sweep through Southern California, firefighters know how quickly a spark can turn into a catastrophe. During one such wind event, or now we know, called a siege, Strike Team 1103, including Lakewood's Engine 45 crew, was on high alert, strategically staged and ready for immediate response. For those who, well, we've explained what the strike team is, so now we know. Just an hour after their morning briefing, the team was dispatched to a first alarm brush fire in the Pacific Palisades. I had a friend too, he was already on duty somewhere. He got called to the Palisades fire only to be recalled to go to Eaton. He never even made it to the Palisades because the Eaton fire had broken out. What began as a distant column of smoke soon erupted into a fast-moving fire siege, now that we know, driven by relentless winds and pushing those flames toward Malibu. As the strike team raced toward the scene, fire behavior intensified, roaring across the canyons and ridgelines at alarming speed. Within 30 minutes, the team entered Malibu, responding to urgent calls for structure protection as neighborhoods came under threat. You are about to see some footage that was provided by the County of Los Angeles Fire Department that reveals just how intense this fire and destruction was, capturing both the Palisades and the Eaton fire. Under the direction of their strike team leader, crews split strategically to cover more ground and began a relentless 12-hour operation. Fire Captain Richard Sherlock and his team, firefighter specialist Thomas Flynn, firefighters Matthew Finkelstein, and Michael Reinhardt executed an aggressive structured defense plan, moving from home to home under extreme fire conditions. They chased embers, forced open garage doors, and fought back advancing flames to save multiple residences. Exhaustion was not an option. Through the night, they pressed on and stayed focused, coordinated, and undeterred. By 2 a.m., the fire had shifted, forcing the crew back into Malibu. They joined other agencies in a desperate stand to defend the coastline. For 10 continuous hours, Engine 45 held their ground in a single residence, the last home standing in its immediate area. With those hose lines flowing nonstop, the crew fought fire from both sides of the property, refusing to yield until every threat was extinguished. Their courage, endurance, and tactical precision not only saved homes, but also safeguarded lives in the face of overwhelming fire behavior. For their extraordinary bravery and unyielding commitment for community protection in the most dangerous of circumstances, the City of Lakewood proudly presents the Award of Valor to Fire Captain Richard Sherlock, Firefighter Specialist Thomas Flynn, Firefighter Matthew Finkelstein, and Firefighter Michael Reinhardt of Strike Team 1103, Engine 45. Captain Sherlock, we just have a couple of, we have one quick question for you. You want to come up here and, that a long period of time, what sustained you? How did you guys get through it? And how did you keep the men and women going in this difficult time?
I think honestly, it just starts with a genuine love for the job, commitment to protect the communities that we serve, and the fact that we're a family both in and out of the fire station. So when we were faced with a dynamic situation like this, we trust our training, we look out for one another, and we just do whatever it takes to get the job done, no matter what that entails.
Thank you, guys. You know, a real quick note, too, I was in Altadena and helping to rebuild a home, and some of the firefighters told me about so much hate that they had received. People standing outside with signs saying awful things to the firefighters because they had lost their homes. And I said, yes, next time you say to them, yes, they allowed your home only to burn down, because you don't do that. And you can see that, how crazy and terrifying it was. So we thank you guys so much. Thank you. And while they're taking pictures, we will continue on with the Mayor's Award. It was just past 8:30 in the evening when Public Safety Officer PSO Diego Ruiz was completing his rounds, locking up the West San Gabriel River Parkway Nature Trail for the night. As he was preparing to leave, he heard a screeching sound of a crash and noticed smoke coming from the east side of the trail. Without hesitation, he drove quickly toward the scene. Arriving at the site, PSO Ruiz found a crashed vehicle with a disoriented but conscious driver who had crashed into a tree. He quickly assessed the situation, requested backup, ensured the area was safe before moving to provide aid. With the car still smoking and danger imminent, Diego acted immediately by unbuckling the driver, guiding him away from the vehicle to safety. As the driver grew weak and unsteady, Diego carefully supported the driver, putting him down to a safe distance. Sensing that his job was not done, Diego returned to the vehicle to confirm that no one else was inside. He relayed vital information to dispatch and began searching for witnesses. He soon found a couple in the parking lot who had narrowly escaped being struck themselves, as the driver had hit their parked car before crashing into the tree. As the driver attempted to return to the wrecked car, Diego calmly urged him to remain still until emergency services arrived. Just 3 minutes after his initial call, sheriff units and the fire department were on scene. It was determined that the driver had suffered a hypoglycemic episode, a condition that could have had far more serious consequences, if not for PSO Ruiz's immediate response. Thanks to Public Safety Officer Diego Ruiz's bravery, level-headedness, and deep sense of duty, a life was protected and a dangerous situation brought under control with care and compassion. For his heroism and safeguarding the lives of others, it is our honor to present the award to Public Safety Officer Diego Ruiz with the Mayor's Award. I mean, is it hard for you to hear and relive some of these details, and what was going through your mind at that time?
More than anything, I think there's a saying that goes, we don't rise to the occasion, we fall to our lowest level training. In that moment, I really didn't think much. I just did what I was trained to do, and I'm blessed to be a part of a family that dedicates themselves to serving the community with pride and integrity, and just fell back onto my training. And I thank everybody that took part in that training. I thank the first responders of the city, the Lakewood Sheriff's Department, Lakewood Fire Department. I thank you all, Public Safety. I thank the Lakewood family for allowing me to be in the position that I am today. I'm extremely blessed, and I thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. The Mayor's Award. Summer afternoons at Del Valle Park are usually packed with families enjoying, the sunny weather and the playground, the pool, and the facilities. But this past June, a regular workday for Community Services Leader 4, Madison Lane, turned to a critical life-saving response. It turned into one. At around 3:30 in the afternoon, 2 women alerted Madison that in the park office, someone in the women's restroom might need help. Moments later, City TV staff member Anthony Gunderman came to alert Madison about the same issue. Madison joined the concerned group, quickly made their way to the restroom. When she stepped inside, she immediately saw a troubling scene. A woman lying motionless on the floor, in the stall, blocking the door. In one hand, the woman held a lighter, in the other, she had a glass pipe. Madison called out, but there was no response. She asked Anthony to assist while ensuring the restroom was clear of other patrons. Madison dialed 911 to report the situation, then stayed on the phone for instructions. Following the dispatcher's guidance, she kept the area secure and watched for any signs of movement. Within minutes, the ambulance arrived. Madison ran out to Henry Lee Street, guiding emergency responders through the park and to the restroom to save that precious little bit of time. The EMTs found the restroom door locked and the woman still unresponsive. The medical team swiftly got the door unlocked, worked quickly, checking her pulse and breathing, which were both faint and irregular. When firefighters from Station 94 arrived, they instructed the EMTs to administer Narcan, an opioid overdose reversal medication. After the first dose, the woman showed a little bit of response and then required a second dose. Slowly, she began to return to life. She was transported to Lakewood UCI Health Hospital, and with her vital signs stabilizing en route, thanks to the fast, coordinated actions of Madison and the first responders who followed. For keeping her calm demeanor in an intense situation, decisive leadership, and quick response that gave another person a fighting chance to live, the City of Lakewood is proud to honor Community Services Leader 4, Madison Lane, with the Mayor's Award. She's going to get some props. What do you? Oh, you go to that mic. I was like, you're doing what? I don't know what's happening. Okay, let me. What kind of props would she get? What was going through your mind at the time when you saw that? Because, I mean, the bathroom, not so clean, you want to run away sometimes, but you stayed there and you helped out that lady.
I think it has to do with knowing that there were people at the waiting pool nearby and there are people on the playground, and knowing that if I stay calm and collected, everyone's going to follow the same. If I stress out, people are now going to go, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? Well, my kids are here, so I have to keep them safe. I have to keep myself safe. So it was just more so keeping calm and knowing that I had assistance coming, and I had our maintenance staff, and I had Anthony nearby to just be a presence of, I'm not doing this alone.
It's like when a kid falls, you don't tell them that they're hurt, you just kind of keep going, right? Staying calm. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our county fire, LA County fire personnel and civilians who we just honored. And thank you, Chief Pappas, for helping during, of course, the segment of our event. You both returned to your seats, but thank you also for reminding us that it is not just the firefighter or the sheriff's deputy or law enforcement, it is the community that surrounds them. It's always important. So if you see somebody like that, you buy their meal, you buy the whole family their meal, right? Because it does take a team effort. So we want to move on to our next set of awards. Thank you. Let's see, as we move on to the next set of awards, can I please have the entire Lakewood City Council come on stage for our next presentation? Oh, you have to stay. She's staying. Now, we will present Lakewood's newest Award of Valor, the Bridge Builder Award. As you might be able to derive from the name, the Bridge Builder Award is presented to individuals, organizations, or programs that create community partnerships, enhance the sense of safety in the city, and work to ensure that Lakewood is a welcoming place for everyone to live, work, and visit. Instituted in 2020, past recipients of the Bridge Builder Award include the Lakewood Interfaith Council, Lakewood's Multicultural Food and Music Festival, Fest of All, Adriana Lopez, the city's homeless services liaison, the Lakewood Family YMCA, and Seroptimus International of Lakewood, Long Beach. This year's Bridge Builder is presented to a truly remarkable group of individuals who embody the spirit of unity, leadership, and service. Their efforts not only strengthen the fabric of our neighborhoods, but weave lasting connections throughout our community. Currently, the City of Lakewood's Public Safety Neighborhood Watch program proudly supports an incredible 130 active block captains, Our block captains are our local heroes who dedicate their time, energy into making our neighborhoods safe and definitely much more connected. Among them, 5 extraordinary women have gone above and beyond the call of duty. These dedicated leaders began their journey with one mission: to strengthen Lakewood by building trust, spreading knowledge, and promoting safety. These Lakewood individuals have all, while working tirelessly to help prevent crime in Lakewood, they meet regularly with Lakewood Public Safety Department, tackling real neighborhood concerns and sharing invaluable strategies with fellow captains and residents alike. But their impact goes far beyond the block captain meetings, where they probably have a lot of milk and cookies. You have probably spotted them out in the community, volunteering at National Night Out, the Emergency Preparedness Expo, Ice Cream with a Deputy, concerts in the park, and so many more events. From organizing youth activities with deputies and firefighters to creating opportunities for neighbors to connect with city resources, these liaisons have become the bridge between Lakewood City Services and its residents. They are the trusted faces people turn to, and the champions of safety and inclusion in every corner of the city. For their unwavering commitment to public safety and helping Lakewood not only stay safe, but become more united, the City Council is proud to honor this outstanding team of block captain liaisons: Mina Carrasco, Dory Lopez, Linda Manis, Debbie Sanchez, and June Zappo with this year's Bridge Builder Award. Congratulations. Would one of you like to go to that microphone and share what inspired you guys to be a part of this program?
Being a block captain is lots of fun because you get to meet a lot of people and help them out. And our mission is to help the other block captains in the city of Lakewood with the support of public safety.
Thank you. And then council members, you may take your seats. I think you got the pictures, yes? Okay. Yes, thank you guys so much. I think except for Councilmember David Ariano, you are going to stand on one foot, top your head. You come back up here. All right, I would like to introduce, as he's trying to make his way back, let's give our attention to Councilmember David Ariano as he introduces our next keynote speaker.
All right, where am I at? Okay. I'm glad I have notes, so thank you all for being here. Thank you, Ginger, for that introduction, and it's my honor to introduce and talk about Commander Edmundo F. Torres. Is a distinguished veteran of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, where he has served for over 30 years. He was promoted to rank of commander and assigned to field operations for the department's South Patrol Division. In this role, he oversees Carson, Cerritos, wonderful Lakewood, Alameda, Norwalk, Pico Sheriff Station, which serves 8 additional contract cities, including Lakewood again, and it covers over 8 square miles of unincorporated communities. After graduating from the Sheriff's Training Academy as Deputy Sheriff in 1994, Commander Torres served at various facilities, including the Sybil Brand Institute for Women's, Men's Central Dale, East Los Angeles Sheriff Station, the Operations Safe Streets Bureau, and the Department's Special Enforcement Bureau. He was promoted to sergeant in 2014 and assigned to Central Sheriff Station at the end of 2017. He advanced to lieutenant, taking roles at the East Los Angeles Sheriff Station, Industry Sheriff Station, and Special Operations Division Headquarters. He was promoted to the rank of captain in 2022, assuming command at the Century Sheriff Station. It's a lot of S's. Commander Torres holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Criminal Justice Management from the Union Institute University. He is an avid fitness enthusiast who enjoys weight training and traveling internationally with his family. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please give a round of applause and join me with now welcoming the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Commander Edmundo Torres.
Thank you, Councilmember Ariano. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we gather to recognize and honor acts of valor and bravery displayed by our deputy sheriffs, LA County fire personnel, and community members within the city of Lakewood. In a world where courage goes unnoticed, it is imperative to shine a light on those selfless who put themselves in harm's way for the greater good of our communities. Over the past year, we have witnessed countless instances where ordinary people have risen to the occasion, displaying extraordinary acts of bravery and courage. We have seen individuals stepping forward to protect the vulnerable and uphold the values of justice and compassion. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the tremendous dedication and valor demonstrated by our Lakewood Station deputy sheriffs. Day in and day out, these brave men and women put their lives on the line to ensure the safety and security of our communities. When we talk about our deputy sheriffs, their role stands far beyond mere law enforcement. It encompasses a commitment to safeguarding our neighborhoods, protecting the vulnerable. Each day, they don on their uniforms, not knowing what challenges ahead, yet they step forward with unwavering dedication and pride. In moments of crisis, when chaos threatens our streets, it is our deputy sheriffs who stand as beacons of hope and pillars of strength. They willingly confront danger to ensure the safety and security of our Lakewood residents. Our deputy sheriffs remain humble every day. They don't expect any recognition from their actions in the field. They will usually say, just a regular day, or it's my job, that's what I get paid to do. Today, the city of Lakewood proudly recognizes our first responders, both our sheriffs and LA County fires, who have exhibited exceptional courage and compassion in the face of adversity. Let us not forget that behind every act of valor is a support system. Families, colleagues, and community members who stand behind these brave men and women, offering encouragement and support. Their sacrifices and dedication deserve the utmost gratitude. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the first responders serving in the city of Lakewood. Your selfless, your bravery, and your commitment to duty inspired all of us. I also want to thank Lakewood city officials, the mayor, and the city council members, and everyone involved in this great event. I appreciate the great partnership that we have with the city of Lakewood, just like the fire department does for many, many, many years, and we have gratitude over our partnership, which continue mentoring our deputies. Thank you for supporting and acknowledging our deputies' commitment to safety. Although no deputy here probably believes that they deserve this recognition because it was just a regular day, I know that your support and acknowledgement for their actions will have a lasting effect on them and raise morale and continue to raise morale of all of our deputies working here in the city of Lakewood and the entire Sheriff's Department. On behalf of the LA County Sheriff's Department and myself, we are honored and truly blessed to have the city's partnership and community support. Thank you, and God bless everyone.
Okay, let's see. Just making sure that we're on the right page. Thank you, Commander Torres. Weightlifting, I see, is a hobby. So, yes, just a little bit, yes, mine too. Please remain on the stage, and it's my understanding that Mayor Chase has another engagement, but we have the very charismatic and charming Vice Mayor, Jeff Wood, who will be joining us, and he will dance and rap later. Okay. So, Deputy Brian Knoll began his distinguished career with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department in May of 1995, and for the past 25 years, he proudly served the city of Lakewood. During that time, Deputy Knoll has built a reputation for his exceptional skill, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to public safety. His career is distinguished in law enforcement accomplishments ranging from arrests and investigations and his participation in special community events, but also his deep dedication to the people he serves. He possesses a remarkable ability to identify and then intercept felony vehicles, so pursuits, right? And then as they tried to flee the city after being in some kind of crime, and he has responded under pressure very quickly. As a special assignment officer tasked with addressing community issues related to quality of life, Deputy Knoll continued to go above and beyond the call of duty. He actively engaged with residents at community meetings, school functions, public safety events, helping to strengthen trust and communication between law enforcement and the Lakewood community. His service is extended far beyond patrol responsibilities. Deputy Knoll voluntarily assisted the Lakewood Station Traffic Office once office reviewing and approving traffic collision reports, drafting hit-and-run correspondence, and mentoring new deputies as they navigated complex investigations. His willingness to share his expertise and experience has had a lasting impact on the department and its future leaders. Deputy Knoll's legacy is one of loyalty to his department, his colleagues, and the community of Lakewood. It is also deeply personal because Lakewood is not only the city that he has served for many decades, it's also the place where he met his wife, building both his professional and personal life in a community where he has truly made his own. For decades of steadfast service, professionalism, deep commitment to community stewardship, the city of Lakewood is honored to present the Distinguished Service Award to Deputy Brian Knoll. He was not able to be here. He probably has a very long honey-do list, but we will get his award to him, which I'm disappointed. I really wanted to meet him, as we know that meeting his wife here is kind of exciting. But you guys stay right here, because we will continue with the Mayor's Award. Now, Sunday afternoons, they're pretty quiet at the Sunrise Cafe, and as the last customers were finishing their meals, it was calm when, at closing time, it turned into a frightening ordeal. Around 4:30 in the afternoon, when an employee was counting the money at the register, a man walked in, even though it was time to close the restaurant. The man noticed that the open register and suddenly lunged forward, violently shoving the employee aside before he began grabbing handfuls of cash. How rude. Startled but brave, the employee tried to intervene. The suspect swung a punch, thankfully missed her, but continued to threaten her before running out the door with the money. In the parking lot sat longtime customer Kathy Moenoa, who had just finished her meal moments earlier. From her car, Kathy saw the chaos through the cafe windows. Acting on instinct, she called 911 to report the robbery. Dispatchers advised Kathy not to follow the suspect, but Kathy's concern for the employee, a personal friend, prompted her to call her friend to make sure she was safe. And then she learned that the cafe indeed was being robbed. Kathy kept a cool head and decided to quietly monitor the suspect's movements from a safe distance while following in her vehicle. As the suspect fled on foot, running eastbound on Carson Street, Kathy stayed on the phone, providing real-time updates to dispatch on his direction of travel. Her calm communication provided vital information, and within minutes, deputies intercepted the suspect vehicle near Centralia and Clark, making an arrest and recovering the money. All thanks, in large part, to Kathy's courage, awareness, quick thinking, and disobeying that 911 operator. For her decisive action, composure under pressure, and willingness to step forward when it mattered the most, the City of Lakewood is proud to honor Kathy Moenoa with the Mayor's Award. Kathy. We just have a quick question. Do you have these exciting things happen to you often? Because to me, it reads like a movie. You do. No. So you knew what to do.
I think instinctually I knew what to do, yeah.
I mean, what was running through your mind? I mean, some people say it's adrenaline for you.
Yeah, it's adrenaline, but I tell everybody it was like a slot machine of decisions to make. Going from the worst, because Jackie is a very good friend. I have a lot of respect for her and her husband. And so it was very personal, you know, and what you want to do to somebody that's hurting somebody that you care about. But the logical thing to do was try and follow and get the person caught. So.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yes, no problem. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
The Award of Valor. On the afternoon of October 10th, Detective Marco Martinez and Deputy Michael Williams responded to a call regarding a child that was creating a traffic hazard in the busy intersection of Lakewood Boulevard and Candlewood Street. When they got there, they found that there was an 18-year-old child who was running in and out of traffic. The child was clearly in distress and at great risk of being hit by a car. Recognizing the immediate danger, Detective Martinez acted without hesitation, following the child into the roadway to help guide him out of harm's way. Deputy Williams quickly joined in, working in coordination to ensure the child's safety. The situation quickly became volatile as the child began physically assaulting both deputies. Despite being struck multiple times, Detective Martinez and Deputy Williams showed exceptional restraint, choosing compassion over force as they worked together to safely restrain and calm the child. Only after the incident did they learn that the boy was a critical missing juvenile. That's a minor who is considered at high risk of violence, exploitation of other serious dangers due to factors like their age, developmental stage, or medical needs. The child was from Long Beach, whose life and safety were in imminent jeopardy before their intervention. Through quick action, courage under pressure, and empathy in the face of chaos, Detective Martinez, Deputy Williams not only prevented a tragedy, but embodied the highest levels and ideals of law enforcement professionalism, humanity, and service. For their bravery, compassion, and unwavering commitment to protecting life under volatile and unpredictable conditions, the City of Lakewood is proud to present the Award of Valor to Detective Marco Martinez and Deputy Michael Williams. Can one of you share what was going through your mind in those moments? Everything happening so fast, especially with a child. Sometimes they don't listen.
Absolutely. Truthfully, the award goes to the residents of Lakewood. I was first on scene, and there was multiple residents on scene. There was approximately 6-7 residents following the child in the middle of traffic with their hazard lights, putting themselves in danger as well until we got there and rendered aid to that child. So thank the residents for being there, and my partner showing up and getting this child back to safety to his parents.
Thank you, guys. Team effort. The Mayor's Award. Weekday afternoons in Lakewood are, usually filled with just regular life. But on Tuesday in early October, it started off as a routine, and I think most officers would say, right, there is no routine patrol. But it started off as routine, quickly turned into a tense and dangerous situation on Del Amo Boulevard. Lakewood Public Safety Lead Specialist Joseph Alvarado and Public Safety Officer Jessica Hortas were driving eastbound on Del Amo near Studebaker, and they spotted something unusual. There was a traffic backup at the intersection. A blue Subaru was stopped in the turn lane and the hazard lights flashing, and a shattered rear windshield. Just ahead, another car, a white Subaru, was pulled onto the side of the road, while a small group of bystanders on the sidewalk were holding a dog. Believing that they had come upon a traffic crash, PSO Hortas slowed the patrol car to block oncoming traffic while both safety officers assessed the scene. Suddenly, a man exited the blue Subaru, approached the car door of the white Subaru. I mean, what is the likelihood to Subaru? Okay. The man violently pulled a woman out of the white Subaru, by her hair, and then began striking her repeatedly as she fell to the ground. Without hesitation, Specialist Alvarado grabbed his radio, called for backup, and jumped out of the patrol vehicle, placing himself between the attacker and the victim. He ordered that the man to stop, and his presence alone halted the violent assault. PSO Hortas quickly parked the patrol car to secure the area, redirect traffic, ensuring bystanders and the victim remained safe and preventing another wreck. The two worked in unison, Joseph keeping the suspect and the victim separated, Jessica tending to the shaken woman, reassuring her that deputies were on the way. Meanwhile, those same bystanders continued to hold the victim's dog. The suspect suddenly bolted, jumping back into his car, fleeing the scene as deputies arrived. And despite the chaos, the officers' immediate intervention prevented further harm and protected everyone nearby. Deputies later located and arrested the suspect the same day on felony assault charges. It was later found out that the conflict between the suspect who was trying to forcibly take the woman's dog, claiming that it was his own. Thanks to the calm, decisive actions of both Joseph and Jessica, what could have been a far more tragic event ended with safety and the victim protected and the suspect brought to justice. For their bravery, quick response, and selfless service in the face of violence, the City of Lakewood proudly honors Public Safety Lead Specialist Joseph Alvarado and Public Safety Officer Jessica Hortas with the Mayor's Award. You would like to speak? Yes? I mean, that's a lot happening there, right? You got two Subarus, you got a dog, and all these people. Just kind of give us, what were you thinking at that time?
Sure, it's a lot to process. I mean, these scenes can be hectic and they change, but overall in these, I think the biggest thing to take away is that we have a great partnership, not only with our public safety team, the sheriff's department, the fire department, that all kind of come together in those moments to help the victim. And that's our number one priority. I think that, keeping Lakewood safe is at the top of our list, and we all do a great job just kind of working together. So
Thank you guys so much. The David Powell Award. The Dave Powell Award is presented annually to a deputy who exemplifies the principles of community-oriented policing. Lakewood Sheriff Station Deputy Sheriff Dave Powell was highly respected for his ability to connect with the community, identify needs, collaborate with various groups to enhance public safety. He fostered open communication between the department and Lakewood residents. Following Deputy Powell's tragic death in the line of duty in 2002, the city of Lakewood established this award to honor those who prioritize approachability in law enforcement and embody the department's core values. This year's honoree for the Dave Powell Community Policing Award is Deputy Sheriff Jessica Ayala. Deputy Ayala joined the LA County Sheriff's Department in February of 2019, began serving the city of Lakewood in May of 2020, and since that time, she has demonstrated an exceptional commitment to the principles of community policing and the safety and well-being of Lakewood residents. Her performance as a PAVE deputy reflects a deep understanding of the beat policing philosophy and a steadfast dedication to public safety as the primary role to patrol neighborhoods and resolve safety concerns in close collaboration with community members. Between October of 2024 and June of 2025 alone, Deputy Ayala made 17 arrests, issued 655 traffic citations. Hey, some offenders, right? You're just doing your job as long as it's not me. But what stands out most is that despite more than 1,000 public contacts, she received only a handful of complaints. That's normal. I got one yesterday, you know that? Because I said something about the Dodgers parade. A lady got mad. Okay, none of which were sustained. Mine either. So that speaks volumes about her professionalism, calm demeanor, and respect for every person she encounters. In May of 2025, Deputy Ayala independently developed and led a strategic traffic operation focused on distracted driving. She coordinated with both station resources and outside agencies, resulting in 154 citations. More importantly, increased community awareness and around all of it, traffic safety. Her dedication doesn't stop there. Deputy Ayala also lends her time and expertise to parole, probation, and warrant operations, assists with traffic investigations, continues to volunteer at neighborhood watch meetings, school events, community programs, all while managing the challenges of department-wide staffing shortages. Deputy Ayala embodies the true spirit of community policing through her integrity, professionalism, and compassion for others. For her outstanding service and steadfast commitment to strengthening the bond between law enforcement and the community, the City of Lakewood is proud to present the Dave Powell Award to Deputy Sheriff Jessica Ayala. Come on. Deputy Ayala, what would you say helped you build the trust in the community of Lakewood with the residents, the trust from the residents?
Yes. First off, I just want to apologize if you were one of the people I've cited. So I hope I was
Traffic
nice.
school.
Yeah. That is an option. I always say that. What helped me build understanding and rapport within the community was being a community member myself. I was actually born and raised within the community for majority of my life, so I have a good understanding. And then it's a full circle moment for me to now be on this side, and it was very eye-opening for me. So now I get to do that with teaching you guys how to, hey, don't do that, that's not right. So, and with that, you get my autograph as well. So, thank you very much.
And maybe we'll see you again, like in traffic court.
Hopefully not. Hopefully I don't see you again. Hopefully we'll see you in a nice way. But
there you go. Thank you. Thank you. Our next set of honorees are being recognized for their volunteer service and commitment to keeping Lakewood safe. Before we introduce them to you, we'd like to share a special video produced by Lakewood's City TV about Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department volunteers on patrol program, followed by a brief message from Lakewood City Council. Let's enjoy the video and learn just a little bit more.
It's a Wednesday morning, and these Lakewood residents are stepping up to serve. They are members of the Volunteers on Patrol program at the Lakewood Sheriff's Station.
The goal for them is to handle non-hazardous tasks for our deputy sheriffs. It would be like handling patrol checks for our parks, vacation checks, and then also traffic control during traffic collisions.
Patrolling Lakewood streets in marked vehicles. Their support to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is not only valuable, but vital in so many ways.
They drive around the neighborhoods. If they see anything out of the ordinary or anything suspicious, they all are equipped with a radio. So if they do see something suspicious, they'll go ahead and get on their radio and then ask for assistance at whatever intersection, and kind of like a brief description of what's going on.
After his retirement from the railroad industry, Lakewood resident Ray Boone decided to join the Volunteers on Patrol team, also known as VOP.
It got to the point where I just spending too much time on the sofa with the remote in my hand, and I was looking for something to do. And a friend of mine sent me the link for the Sheriff's Department's volunteer program. I looked at it and found it really interesting, and the more I thought about it, the more I couldn't find an excuse not to do it.
The process to becoming a VOP includes a background check and training.
The volunteer program is more being for those eyes and ears, kind of a slower pace, not something where it's going to exert a lot of physical effort. It's more just being out on the streets. They don't have to climb any walls or jump any fences. They just monitor the streets within their patrol vehicle, and then if they see something, they say something.
Ray began training with another volunteer, Sherry Bankart.
We have such a good rapport with the deputies and with the community. They see us and they're like, thank you for what you do. Thank you for volunteering.
Today, Sherry and Ray are doing a vacation check, one of many field assignments VOPs will do.
We check the doors, we check around the residence, we look for any open windows, any torn screens. Any mail we find, we put under a mat. Just look out for anything out of the ordinary.
While VOPs do not write tickets or make arrests, they look out for neighbors and assist at city events. And sheriff deputies are grateful for the support.
Our deputies can't be all at one place at the same time, and being that Lakewood is such a big city, it really helps when there are volunteers in different areas patrolling and being those eyes and ears for the deputies.
For volunteers Ray Boone and Sherry Bankart, it's about giving back to a city they have pride in and one they want to help protect.
Okay, this one's locked.
I remember my experience as a volunteer on patrol, aka VOP. I learned so much, and this program helped me to appreciate public safety in Lakewood.
The City Council understands how important it is to provide support to our deputy sheriffs.
Public safety is a top priority in Lakewood, and volunteers on patrol are a big part of keeping our community safe.
I served as a volunteer on patrol for 3 years, and I saw the value of this program while working alongside the deputy sheriffs.
Here in Lakewood, we value the Volunteers on Patrol program. It not only helps to make our city safer, but it's also a way to serve the community.
Thank you, City TV, for that wonderful video. If you'd like to get involved with VOP, Volunteers on Patrol, visit lasd.org/volunteer. In fact, we want to now continue with the Volunteer Service Awards. As we saw in the video, the LA County Sheriff's Department, the volunteer program consists of members from the community who have demonstrated a willingness to maintain a high quality of the life in the area they live in. These individuals have assumed responsibilities that require them to achieve a higher level of public trust. Volunteers have an opportunity to learn about law enforcement. Their unselfish acts of community service help improve law enforcement services. You'll meet 3 Lakewood volunteers who have a shared dedication, compassion, and commitment to helping our community and keeping it safe. We're excited to welcome Don Johnstone, David Knight, Russell Collison. Right. Am I saying it right? Okay, because it looks like some. Okay, to the stage at this time. Our first honoree is Don Johnstone. He has been a steadfast member of the Volunteers on Patrol program since 2014. Wow. After serving over 2 decades in the U.S. Air Force, Don continues his lifetime of service here in Lakewood, contributing more than 4,200 volunteer hours to the sheriff's station. If you keep track of volunteer hours, as I do for my kids, that is an incredible amount of hours, let me tell you, even if it was like 420. He trains new volunteers, manages the patrol fleet, and even makes himself available around the clock to support the team. Don's professionalism, reliability, and care for those of his fellow volunteers and the community truly set the gold standard. Our next honoree is David Knight. He joined the Volunteers Patrol in 2020, and after years of giving back through programs like Meals on Wheels, in just 5 years, he contributed over 2,000 hours, always approaching each task from recycling and delivering supplies to helping at community events with positivity and heart. David is known for his strong work ethic, generous spirit, and the way he lifts everyone up around him. Last but not least, and representing the heart of our Neighborhood Watch program, we have honoree Russell Collison. Russ is a model civic engagement. He keeps his neighbors informed, connected, and prepared. He goes out of his way to share safety information, attend events, and spread awareness about programs like Survive for 7. His kindness, humor, and enthusiasm make him a community champion. Together, Don, Dave, and Russ reflect the very best of Lakewood, the individuals who give up their time, their energy, their hearts to make this city a safer, stronger, and more caring place for everyone. For their outstanding service and dedication to their fellow residents, the City of Lakewood proudly presents Don Johnstone with the Volunteer on Patrol of the Year Award, David Knight with the Station Volunteer of the Year Award, and Russell Collison with the Neighborhood Block Captain of the Year Award. Thank you guys for your dedication and hard work. For the Mayor's Award. Monday in late April, it was, again, nothing typical about patrol, but it was nothing of any interest. For Homeless Services Liaison Tori Williams and Public Safety Specialist Louis Carrion. What started as, just a regular afternoon quickly turned into a serious investigation that revealed a violent crime hiding in plain sight. Around the intersection of Paramount Boulevard and Carson Streets, Tori and Louis noticed suspicious activity behind O'Connor's bar, where they witnessed a man speaking with one of the area's familiar unhoused individuals. After they shared homelessness-related services, the man declined, and the two continued their patrol to the front of the nearby businesses. When they spotted another familiar face, another homeless man hunched over a shopping cart and clearly in pain. Luis approached him to check if he was okay. The man hesitated, then quietly admitted that he had been stabbed the night before and was struggling to stay conscious. Without missing a beat, Luis called for emergency medical assistance while Tori stayed close, keeping the man calm and alert. Deputies quickly arrived. They got there and the paramedics made their way to the location. Luis helped move the injured man's belongings to safety, assisted by an employee from a nearby business who offered to hold the man's items while he recovered. First responders treated the victim. Luis asked if he could identify who attacked him. He clearly was shaken, but refused to say more. Sensing there was something to the story, Luis and Tori returned to the rear of the businesses where they had first seen the other transient. He approached them gently, trying to build rapport. The man's responses were hesitant, his speech slurred from intoxication, but something in his words hinted that he did know what was happening. With professionalism and patience, Luis made it clear that violence could never be justified. After regrouping with Tori, the two returned for another conversation. They skillfully guided the discussion, building trust until the man finally admitted the truth. He had been in the fight with the other transit the night before, and he was the one who had stabbed him. Tori and Luis immediately relayed this information to Deputy Kenneth Garlitz, who was already reviewing nearby surveillance footage to corroborate the account. Deputies soon located and detained the suspect, ensuring no further danger to the community. Thanks to Tori and Luis's keen observation, calm presence, compassionate but firm approach, a serious crime was uncovered. An injured man received medical care, and a dangerous suspect was taken off the streets. for their vigilance, professionalism, and dedication to the safety and support of unhoused individuals, the City of Lakewood is proud to honor Homeless Services Liaison Tori Williams, Public Safety Specialist Luis Carrion with the Mayor's Award. City of Lakewood's Public Safety Supervisor Cassidy Roman is accepting the award on their behalf. We thank you, Cassidy, for doing that. Would you like to answer some questions? No. Thank you. This incident is a powerful example of the strong partnership between our homeless services liaisons, public safety officers, and deputy sheriffs, and their commitment to the city's comprehensive homeless outreach initiative. To give you a closer look at their approach, we'd like to share a special video produced by Lakewood City TV. Let's take a look and learn about how Lakewood is helping to connect individuals to services, reduce encampments, and protect their community's quality of life.
The City of Lakewood is taking proactive measures to address homeless issues in the community.
We have a special assignment team deputy that does outreach services and works with our 3 contracted homeless service liaisons to connect homeless individuals with appropriate services through the county or other service providers.
Adriana Lopez is one of the homeless service liaisons working in Lakewood. They head out to areas in the city where homeless have been seen.
This is one of the areas that we consider an area of concern, so we are constantly checking it. And 2 days ago when I checked it, there was an individual here who had set up all their items over there and was actually starting a fire. And I called the sheriff's department and the fire department because the smoke was actually spooking some of the animals at the equestrian center, and you could see the evidence of the fire. But because the resources were called out here, she was asked to vacate, and now it's clear, and it was a safety concern, so the animals are doing fine and there's nobody here.
Just across the city limits, an encampment was starting to grow.
We can't allow this to occur for people to set up encampments or allow the encampment to grow, because once it does that, it's a different procedure where the sheriff's department has to work directly with the host team for them to coordinate cleanups. And it could take a while. It could take maybe a couple of months to get the cleanup done. So our goal is to make sure that we don't allow encampments in our city.
The Homeless Services Liaisons document activity and keep track of the individuals they encounter. The liaisons work with Deputy Charles Nowotny to strike a balance between providing services and enforcing the law.
We are headed over to an area by Paramount and Candlewood. We actually received a complaint via Lakewood Connect. And so Deputy Nowotny and I will be going out there. He will be addressing the law enforcement issues like any trespassing or any type of criminal activity that might be going on. And I will provide outreach.
We stopped here on the railroad tracks here. We have another city on the other side of the railroad tracks. This is the border between us and them. This is the area we're responsible for. It goes from Candlewood and it wraps all the way to Cherry, and then it becomes the other city again. So what I try to maintain is keeping people off the tracks here.
When homeless are found on property under the jurisdiction of Union Pacific or Caltrans, the city will coordinate efforts with the appropriate agency and offer help. Ultimately, the goal is to transition homeless individuals from life on the streets.
The city has a contract with Salvation Army Bell Shelter for 15 beds where we can offer somebody a place to go to get off the street and ideally get into a program to permanent housing, employment, or other additional programs to get them on their own feet again. That outreach forward aspect of things to get people off the streets and help them.
Well, I brought Adriana here. She was going to offer you some outreach services.
Are you interested today?
For those who are service resistant, the liaisons will stay in regular contact in the hope that they will eventually say yes to accepting help.
At the shelter, they provide comprehensive programs and services such as mental health, counseling, substance abuse, employment training, offer medical services, everything that individuals would need to help them get off the street, get back on their feet, to be self-sufficient. And many of the program participants that have been referred to the Bell Shelter from Lakewood have gone on to permanent housing, home to employment program, or other programs that continue to help them to this day.
You all right?
Keeping the lines of communication open
Okay.
is essential for a positive outcome.
Will you be meeting with your workers? You will? All right, because I want to get you off the street.
I think we go out there knowing that these people need help. We won't give up, and we will continue to address the issue of homelessness in the city of Lakewood.
It's about constantly going out there and making contact with people. It's about providing the outreach and getting them off the streets, and building a rapport with them, and hopefully they can get off the streets through outreach.
Thank you, City TV. A wonderful video showcasing the partnership between the sheriff's deputies and the public safety team. You know, one thing before I was asked to do this event, Lorraine asked me, or told me that it's not as long as in the past, and maybe that's something that we want, right? We want it to be short because we don't want the crime to be happening here, and so in some ways that's a good thing. We don't want fires. We want the homeless to be off the street, and all that stuff. So I think a shorter program means that you guys are all doing your job. So it's pretty exciting to be able to say that. And it's been a wonderful afternoon in Lakewood, full of these engaging stories of valor. No doubt that this community is blessed to be watched over by the finest men and women, sworn and unsworn, and these incidents are really testament to that. On behalf of the Lakewood City Council, thank you all for helping us to celebrate heroism, devotion to duty, and community spirit. Our honorees have also received commendations from Lakewood's elected county, state, and federal officials, and we thank them for their support in this program. Once again, thank you guys for being here this afternoon, supporting our heroes, and for allowing me to be here. I'm very humbled by these stories, and please enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And one more win next year, right, for the Dodgers.